Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm GhostPrime, and I want to take a look at the Generation 1 version of Point Blank with Peacemaker. Now, I know there's a new one coming out in the Legacy line, and I can't wait for that one. I'm cautiously optimistic about it because I've heard some bad things. There are a couple reviews on it, even though it hasn't been released. I don't know how that happens, but I'm going to be looking at the Generation 1 version here. I didn't get it until about 2 weeks ago. I'm actually absolutely in love with this figure. This is a fantastic figure. Now, the character first appeared in the Generation 1 episode, The Rebirth, and he didn't really have a lot of speaking lines. He was just sort of in there. His first speaking line was kind of weird.
Prepare for crash landing! Oh, by thinking good thoughts!
He did continue in the Transformers Headmaster series in Japan.
I'll try to find out what they're doing there, then I'll immediately come back and report to you, Commander.
Now, that series is a little different because in the Generation 1 United States episodes, or the Western episodes, these guys were Nebulon partners because they had crash landed on Nebulos or Nebulon, I don't remember which one, and they basically teamed up with the indigenous population.
Pinpointer, Firebolt, Recoil, Haywire, Peacemaker, and Spoilsport are our soldiers. Everyone a crack shot.
So in Japan, I guess they didn't like that. They actually weren't organic creatures. They were little robots that partnered up with the larger ones. In the case of the Headmasters, it was a little different. The bodies were transectors. I could get into that later, but check out both series, actually. Either both could be found on YouTube. For Hasbro, for the American ones, and you're going to have to search for the Japanese Headmasters. It has a really catchy intro. Go ahead and watch them all. They're pretty interesting. Having said all that, please hit that thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs down vote button if you have to. Subscribe, leave a comment. Without any further ado, let's get to the review. All right, let's start this out in car mode. I don't have the box, unfortunately. I don't have an instruction sheet. I just bought this as a complete figure, and I got it for just an insanely good price. So I could not resist this, especially in this condition. It's an excellent shape. So let's go ahead and flash the box on the screen here. That's what it looked like in the 80s. I love these old boxes. And I wish I had the box for it. But since I don't, let's just get right into accessories. It comes with an engine, which does have stickers for the top here. This is the engine accessory, or shield also. And that just goes in a little 5mm port. Right here, it is 5mm ports. They are compatible with modern weapons. And then, of course, you have the Targetmaster here, Peacemaker, which has a nice metal pin there. Now, oftentimes you'll see these with this part broken. This one is not. It is a little on the loose side, though. But, you know, it's still in really good condition for its age. Now, of course, transforming this thing, you just do that, and there's the gun, which looks cool to me. Love it. And that actually has a port also. So, there you go. There's all the accessories on the car. Pretty cool that you could mount everything on the actual vehicle. And this is what it looks like all the way around. One thing that's really interesting about these hubs is they don't move with the wheels. These tires are plastic. There's no metal on this. It is one of the later figures. It does have a rub sign, except for if you get the Japanese version of this. The Japanese version does not come with a rub sign. But it still works. I don't know if you can see it. It does still work. Just gotta take my word for it. Windows are painted here, and the rest is stickers and molded plastic. And it rolls really well. So this car mode is just cool. For a couple quick comparisons, there he is with crosshairs, and here he is with Hot Rod. So kind of get an idea how these look. So they're all relatively the right size to each other. And with Generation 1, we all know that transformation is relatively easy. So let's just remove the accessories right now. We go ahead and take these back part, which is the legs, and just put them around there, slide around like that, extend them, twist around the waist, take these little doors, open them up. Go ahead and move the arms up and out of the way. Now this is really cool here. I love this little feature. You just move the door up, and there's a little like nub there that actually goes into a channel right there. It's a cool little feature on this. I really, really dig that. Go ahead and move those down. Go ahead and move the arm out. Actually, let's get that tire out of the way. Move that back around like that. Like that. Let's actually do this first. Move that up, out and around. Move the arm down. And we can turn them around and move up the camera so you can see. And then what we do is reveal the head. And there he is in robot mode. Simple transformation, takes seconds, and it's super effective. I mean, look, almost no kibble besides the head cover there. I mean, just really cool. So check out the head sculpt on this guy. He's got a wonderful Generation 1 head sculpt. His head is stationary, it does not rotate. I love the shoulders on them. I just absolutely dig those shoulders. There's the arms, fists, got a pretty wide stance with the legs, on the knees, and there's the feet, the toes, and on the back. Now, what you could do with both his partner here, stand up. You can just go ahead and put that in his hand. And this goes in his other hand, which is supposed to be a shield. It's a stretch, but whatever. I kind of put it up like this, and that looks okay to me. So for a couple quick comparisons, there he is with crosshairs and Hot Rod. Because why not? Here he is with a modern figure grapple. So you get an idea of just how big he is. Considering he was sort of a base size, and he is what would be a Voyager scale nowadays. All right, one last thing to get into here. Let's take these out so I can show you the articulation. That is actually something to be said for this guy. He has a decent amount of articulation. I did already mention his head that does not move at all, but what makes up for it is his shoulders can go up that way, up that much, down that much. His arms could go out and in. He also can bend at the elbow, 90 degrees. He has wrist swivels, that's 360 degrees. He has waist swivel, mostly due to transformation, but it is articulation. And he has double knees again for transformation. Now, all it would really take is for hip, like hip, thigh transformation, this to be gone, and some bicep swivel and maybe head. And that's really not a lot when you think about it. And it would be pretty much up to modern standards if you don't count the feet. This to me looks really great, and he's solid. He feels really good in hand. Nice thick plastic. It doesn't feel like it's gonna break. It's got really nice joints, and if you could find a good one of these, it's well worth it. This is just a fantastic, I mean, look at this guy, just a fantastic figure. And besides holding his Targetmaster or standing up next to him, I mean, he could just really like it. So you could actually kind of stick that right there in the back if you don't want it in his hand. So let's go to final thoughts. Okay, as a figure, just as a figure by itself, I'm blown away. Love it. It has an incredibly great transformation, very little kibble, really a lot of articulation for a Generation 1 figure. It is just a really wonderful looking robot. Now, I've seen pictures of this guy for years. I just never picked him up. I could recommend this all day. He is a fantastic figure. Even if you're not super keen on G1s, I would say he's definitely one to have in the collection because he's fun. I can't say anything really bad about him. I absolutely love it. You can find him complete If you find them incomplete, you might have some trouble getting the Targetmaster and the shield or engine. You can find them pretty readily available on eBay. So I will be back soon with another video. So thanks for watching. See you guys later.